It's Dr. Sharon DeHope, and today is such an exciting day for me because I am here to talk to you about money. And who doesn't want to talk about money, right? It's always a topic of conversation, no matter what we do. It usually boils down to something about money, how much we have, how much we don't have, and how much we want to make more. And it does help us live a better life, right? So, first of all, I want to welcome everyone that's on today, and I appreciate taking the time to hop into this masterclass. I love teaching. I love sharing what I've learned with others. That's my jam. And as a coach, I have spent a lot of time getting myself coached, and now I'm pouring into you all the things that I have learned and my take on how to relay these things to you. So, the title is called Ignite Your Money Magnet. Yes, because if you're not attracting wealth and abundance and money, then that means you have some blocks. And a lot of times we have no idea that we even have these blocks. And that was totally the case for me. So I am speaking to you from my experience and how I overcame them and how my life is so different now. And if I can do it, you can do it. So, first of all, I would love to say thank you. Let me know in the comments where you're watching from, and tag a friend who you think might benefit from this, and we'll get them into the group and they can watch the replay. And I'm going to have some prizes at the end of this because I do appreciate you taking your time to hop in here and listen and comment, participate. I appreciate that. Any questions, just pop them in and I'll definitely come back and answer them for you. So, first of all, a little about me. So, I'm a retired chiropractor, and I decided to get into coaching because even as a chiropractor, I listen to people, I coach people about their health, about their nutrition, about their posture. And, you just, when you have a good relationship with patients and you're seeing them pretty regularly, you do get to be a coach. So, it was only natural that eventually I would realize that coaching is really what is I'm totally passionate about. And how this came to pass was I had stopped practicing because I wanted to be a stay-at-home mom. I loved my kids, and I was able to do that. I was fortunate to be able to stay at home with them. But then when I got to be like, I don't know, I guess they were like maybe in mid elementary school, I knew I needed to do something. And so it really called to me being an entrepreneur again. So I got introduced to network marketing and dabbled in that for a while. And then I came across this wonderful woman in one of the companies I was with. And she said, you have to do self development every day. It's really important. And I looked at her like, I don't even know what that is. So I'm sure that many of you have felt the same way. I mean, nobody teaches this in school, right? So self development really gets you to go inward and start looking at yourself. And that's really the key to even this subject about money is we have to go back into ourselves and really think about like, who are we at the core? And what makes us who we are and who we want to be, right? Because we can all change anything. If you don't like the way things are, the only way to make a change is to change you, right? You got to take steps. So, with that being said, I just want to go back and say that I know some of my deep rooted feelings about money started from when I was growing up. We grew up in without having any money. We weren't one of the families on the block that had their own house and a backyard. And my dad worked, my mom stayed home, and we lived in an apartment. So we did not have a lot of money. And, that influences how you grow up, for sure. And I'm not saying that we weren't happy and loved. We were definitely loved. But when you grow up and you have to start making money at a very early age, it teaches you a different kind of feeling about money. So, whatever, that's my story. I don't know what your story is today, but we can all change our story. So, maybe you are in direct sales, maybe you're in network marketing or a coach, or you're just thinking about what can I do? How can I make money online? Well, before you do any more of anything, you need to address these issues, because what's happening is the blocks in the back of your mind are stopping you, and it's like habits. One of the coaches that I did teach with was Bob Proctor. The same woman in the network marketing, Anna, she turned me on to the teaching of Bob Proctor. And I was just amazed at how I knew nothing about this self consciousness. I did not understand that. So when I got into his course and started learning about his course, I realized how important all the things that were in my subconscious. So, with that being said, let me tell you what I learned. It took me 6 months of training to really get to the root of all the thoughts and the way my mind thought and the way I was stopping myself from success. And that's what I'm here to teach you today, is that habits are things that we have inherently taken into our minds, and we have learned from our environment, from our families. All these things have come upon us, and we're not even aware of it. And we have a new baby in the family, and he's just about 3 months old now. And I look at him because Bob talked about that. He'd say, when you take a new baby, everything that they're learning is from their environment. And do you realize that by the time you're 7, you already have like all the ideas in your head. Your the way you think is formed. Isn't that crazy? So now, fast forward to if you're in your 30s, 50s, 60s, whatever you are, you have to combat that. All the things that you've learned, right, that were negative. And they weren't necessarily put in there to be negative, but there are paradigms, as he talks about. So that's what we're going to talk about today, because you need to start really finding out what's blocking you. So a lot of it really isn't even money. It's just self-limiting beliefs that stop us from being abundant in our thinking. So let's talk about some of those things. I have to take a sip of water. Hold on. So one of the things is the attitude of having a scarcity mindset. And what does that mean? That we don't think there's like enough money around, and like we feel like we're always having to keep whatever money we have. You may not have all of these, but you may have one. See if anything resonates with you. So if you say to yourself, there's just not enough money, I need to like save my money, and there's nothing wrong with being smart with your money, but you don't want to always feel like you have to hold on to it, because this can stop you from investing in yourself to expand and to grow and to get to the next level. So you have to not be afraid to spend money, to be able to take a chance on yourself. People who are brave enough to say, I'm going to take this chance and start a business. I'm going to take this chance and, look at this possibility that could bring me a different way of life. Like I had a full-time job back in my 20s. I was the first one in my family to go to college. And so I was working probably for a good 9 years, had a full-time income. I had benefits. I mean, life was pretty rosy for me, but I wasn't happy. I knew I wanted more. So somehow I felt called I felt God put a calling in me to try something new. Yes, I had a very fortunate situation. I had someplace to live and I didn't have a family to support. It was just myself. So I was very blessed to be able to have my Aunt Adelaide let me stay with her. But you can always make things work. So I went back to full time school, 3.5 years of full time school to become a chiropractor. So it took a lot to do that. So in that instance, I was using abundance. Like I knew it was worth that investment for me. And it's very hard to walk away from a full time job, but I knew I was going to have a better life. Okay. So think about that. Think about if that applies to you. Now, fear of success was something that I think was definitely holding me back as an entrepreneur in the network marketing space for sure, because it was unknown to me. I didn't have any business background. I never felt like I really understood social media. And being older and not growing up with social media as some of the young people do, it's a whole new experience. But the thing is, I'm a great learner. I'm a great student. I love learning. And if I put my mind to it, I can do it. So that's where you have to be able to not be afraid and see, like, what can I learn? And if you can't learn it, then find a coach, find a mentor, find someone who can teach you, buddy up with someone, get an accountability person. I've had those too. So in your subconscious, you're afraid to have financial success. And that's what's holding you back, because consequences such as, like, maybe you're afraid somebody won't love you. Maybe you're afraid you'll lose your friends if you become successful, right? So you have to not have that fear of success and fear of learning, fear of making yourself like less than to be able to look up to. I've learned from a lot of young people how to do Facebook Lives, how to do Canva, how to do lots of things, right? But you can't like let that stop you. Anything that stops you is not helping you grow. That's a block. Money guilt, feeling guilty or ashamed about having money. I have experienced this, and I guess it's because I noticed it that, of course, I saw lots and lots of people who had way more money than me. And sometimes, um, if you have a little bit more money than somebody that you're friends with, you can actually feel guilty. I did. We were fortunate enough to be able to get a leased car when we finally did that instead of buying. And by the time my lease was up, I would get a new car. But I had people I knew that bought a car and kept it. So sometimes when I drove into school, I would feel a little guilty that I had a brand new car. And that's not a way to think, because we all have a different lifestyle. We all have different families. We have different everything. There's no reason to feel guilty because you have success. That's a money block. Um, there's inherited beliefs. Um, Adopting attitudes that we grew up with and holding on to them because that's the way you've always been, that's not success. You need to examine them and see how you can break those down. Um, you know, I'm going to go through some things that I'm sure you've heard of. These are some statements that can really stop you. Money is the root of all evil. Did you ever hear that growing up? I did. So, how could I ever really desire money? Of course not. That's evil, right? I mean, I actually heard that growing up. Money doesn't grow on trees. So that means a penny saved is a penny earned. Have you ever heard that? Save your money for a rainy day. I mean, all of these things come back from like the time of the Depression when there wasn't money then, but we don't have that situation now. So we have to take these old beliefs and really knock them away and rewrite them. We'll talk about how to do that in a minute. Um, Also, there was a lot of attitudes towards that rich people were bad or selfish or some kind of negative connotation. So you want to like look at those. Then another thing is that your self-worth is attached to your financial achievement. And this is like validating that material things are important. I've heard stories of people that got six-figure jobs, especially if you were young and it happened quickly, and they just blew through their money because they had no money sense, right? Because if you didn't grow up with money, you weren't taught how to respect money, how to like save certain amount of money with each paycheck and only spend when you have the right amount of money, you can be just not respectful of money. So those are some of the blocks. But the other blocks I want to talk to you about are, besides money blocks, are just some of the things that we're going to call, hold on one second, the attitudes that you can have in your mind, like I talked about with Bob Proctor. You can have these like um, imposter syndrome. This is what makes us feel that we should always be a certain way, but we can't believe that about ourselves. Like say you are in a network marketing company and you see people doing so well and you want to act like you're one of them, but you're crying because you know you're just not one of them. And you see all these dings. I mean, I've been there too. More customers, new person in the business, and you just feel like, oh my God, I'm just an imposter. I don't even know why I'm here. But everybody's different. Some people have huge influential circles, and some of us just have a few friends, right? So there's really, you're not an imposter. You just have to accept the fact that we're all different and we're all growing at different speeds, right? So, you know, and you just can't beat yourself up. You got to be positive about yourself and don't be too hard on yourself. Um, but at the same time, one of the main things that people say is like, I'm just overwhelmed. Well, I said that many times too, and that's really just an excuse that you don't want to delve into what is really holding you back. If you're overwhelmed, get a piece of paper, brain dump what's on your mind, and figure it out. Delegate, give some things to somebody else, get a babysitter, like barter with someone to watch your kids for 2 3 hours a week, and then you could do it for them, and then you could get some free time, they could get some free time. I mean, there's always ways around doing things to get some extra time to figure out what is it you need to be successful, right? And how you can plan. um, Nobody's going to pay for this amount of money for something. That's not true. If you value the what you desire, then you will find a way. If you want to take a coaching program or you want to take a course, you can figure out how to do it. You can either sell things. People sell things. I mean, I've heard lots of stories in social media, people that sold clothing, they sold toys for their kids, and they put the money aside, and then they were able to find the money, or they worked an extra job to be able to bank it to be able to take a course. If you wanted to go to college or business school or something like that, you'd find the money. Well, if you feel like you're wanting to invest in yourself to have a better future, to have generational wealth, to have a different money story in your family, you will find the money, right? So you have to change that anything is possible. So one of the things that also can affect you when I'm talking about this is that you could be a procrastinator. I was definitely one of those as well. That's why I'm very, very honest about how I am and how I was. And a procrastinator, I was in network marketing, and my coach used to say fake working. Well, I was a fake worker. I would say that I was, commenting and I was doing things, but I'd always find like um, scrolling and reading people's things was more important than actually getting into the messenger and asking direct questions to people. Um, then I would go into the kitchen and I'd say, I should just clean the kitchen before I do any of the work on my social media or on my business. So how is that helping you, right? That's procrastinating. And then you say to yourself, you're not successful, but you're not successful not because you can't be, it's because you're procrastinating and you know that there's something around you that's saying, I don't want success, right? Um, You say, oh, I need to do the laundry. And then you say, oh, maybe I'll have a few drinks, or, you know, maybe I'll just watch TV. I mean, there's so many excuses we give ourselves, and we say, I'll do it tomorrow. But that's not success. If you want to be success oriented, you need to figure out what are your blocks. So this is what we're going to do. To get to these blocks, these are some of my key ideas to get you out of this. So you want to get a journal, and you want to start writing down some of these things that you've about yourself that you see as negative, right? Maybe some of the things are, money is evil, money is scarce. You want to reframe. That's the big key. Reframe whatever is a negative story in your head about money and abundance and wealth. You want to reframe. Take 3 simple things. And so you're going to write down 3 things that are negative thoughts about money. You're going to reframe them in the positive. Money is energy. Money is coming to me freely. I am a money magnet. I love that one. That's why I named this what I did. I love saying that every single day, and I say it many times throughout the day. I see money coming towards me every day. These are affirmations. So you're taking a negative statement, you're reframing it, and then the third thing is you're going to affirm it. You're going to say it throughout the day. And one of the best things is to say it. My mirror is right there. I look in my mirror every single day and I say my affirmations, so I see myself and I feel that what I'm saying is true. Okay? And then you want to set your intentions for the day with joyful expectation of positive things, joyful things happening to you. Money is coming to you. You're going to be you are successful, not going to be, not the past tense. Everything is in the present. Today, I see it. I am worthy. I am successful. I am a money magnet. There is no reason why you can't make money. You just have to address these issues. I listen to many podcasts about self-development, about money mindset. I interview people in my group about women who have changed their money story. They've changed the success. They have generational wealth. They're showing their kids how to be entrepreneurs. These are all amazing women I surround myself with. Every day I'm in Messenger, I'm in groups, I'm talking to fabulous women, and they do try to look up to and get in with women that are far more successful than me, because I don't want to be the top dog. I want to be around the people that are the top dogs, and I want to see what they're doing, see what they're posting, see what they're saying, and listen and learn, because that's how we grow, right? So I hope these techniques are going to help you. I know they will if you take it seriously. Drop some comments. Say, I'm the CEO of my life. Say CEO, because that's what you have to say. I'm the CEO of my life. I am the star of my movie. I'm the one in charge. These are all the kinds of things that are going to change your subconscious. But you can't do it one day and think it's done. It's not one and done. It's a everyday process that you have to rewrite every single day. And if you have a bad day, it's okay. It's okay to have a bad day. But you want to get up and start all over. Another thing is gratitude. Having gratitude to pay bills changes your whole way of thinking about money. Yes, no one likes bills, but if you have the money to pay your bill, think about what the bill has given you, right? If like it's summertime here in the Northeast, we are paying our air conditioning bills, right? Well, instead of being unhappy about paying the bill, be happy that you have air conditioning, happy that you have money to pay the bill, and that you lived a very comfortable life in the hot summer, right? Do you see the difference? That's abundance. That's the whole feeling of being grateful. That's going to change your money story, because it's all about how you feel and think about your day that changes your money story. and makes you attract money. Think about all the things that you have in your life that you can be grateful for. You are so wealthy, right? If you think back to how much money you've ever earned in your life, you're wealthy. So, this is what I'm talking about. There are a lot of positive things in your life that can really change your money story. So, I have a lot more to teach, a lot more to say, and I will be continuing this in my coaching. So, make sure that you are paying attention to my next announcement because this is exciting. So I do have a group coaching that's open right now, and you're welcome to join that monthly. During August, we have two new things happening. So my monthly coaching is still open. I'm accepting new people. We meet once a month. We meet once a week for every month, and we have an accountability call every week. So they're both twice a week. So you get 8 sessions, and that is $97 per month. And there's no contract. You can just sign up and stay as long as you like, and you get the recordings. Okay. So we have a lot of fun in there. It's like a mastermind. It really is so incredible. The women are supporting each other, asking each other questions. We're, really having a good time, but we're learning because I have a lot of things that we coach about and that really delve into the issues that are going to help us grow. And my second new launch, and this is like my soft launch of my one-to-one coaching. Super excited about this. You're the first to hear about this, and that's going to be once a week, one-to-one coaching, 45 minutes, and we will be doing that for a very low price of $1,200 for 3 months, and that is 3 months, 12 weeks, one-on-one coaching every single week. And you're getting Voxer, which is one-to-one chit chat over the, like an intercom. It's called Voxer if you're not familiar. If you don't have that, we could also work something out on Messenger. That's fine. So if you pay monthly, it'll be $400 a month, and that's $1,200. And we have a payment plan. So I'm really excited about that. And so this is just for August, this promo. And in addition, you will be getting, if you do sign up this week, you will be getting a copy of my newly released book, Unleashing Her, with Dr. Kimberly Olson. I'm one of 40 authors in the book, and I'm super excited and very proud of it. So I will be sending that to you as a gift for joining my coaching. And if you sign up in the next week, I'm going to give you a very special package of visualizations that I'm recording that will just be for anyone who's signing up. So get in my DMs and we can have a one-to-one chat and see if it's a good fit for you. So have a very blessed day. And don't forget, it's #NeverTooLate. And we always want to encourage you to slay your sparkle at any age. Bye now.